The Mainstreet lending program is live. This is LALATE. Thanks for tuning in. This is a second stimulus check and stimulus package bombshell update in the middle of the morning, and hope you're good and safe. As always, like and subscribe to this channel and drop your comments below, and we may feature them in tomorrow's recording. And please hit that bell on the front of this channel so you get an alert when a new update comes live. Moments ago, after weeks, months of anticipation, the Federal Reserve announced the launch and official opening of the Mainstreet lending program. It is a loan program, not a grant program, but a loan program that has been waited upon for so long, it even predates the existence of this channel. LALATE, the news site, detailed it all the way back in March. And while we have had details for you about the lending terms, the terms and conditions, the loan terms, how to apply, and all that and more over recent days, it finally went live minutes ago out of nowhere. It's like Jovita Carranza was pushing the Fed to up their ante when she opened the EIDL door yesterday as well. So I want to go over with you what you do, how you apply, where you apply, is this a second stimulus package, how it works, and why this is really such great news. Okay. So the Federal Reserve Mainstreet lending program, sometimes also called the Mainstreet loan program, is a loan. It's not a grant. It's underwritten by the Federal Reserve. It is backed by the Federal Reserve. How you apply and where you apply. First, I'm going to drop in the links below a link to the website to learn about the application process. It is underwritten by the Federal Reserve, but the division that is spearheading it is the Federal Reserve out of Boston, so don't get confused by that. Next, it's different than EIDL. With EIDL, you go there and you apply through SBA. The Mainstreet lending program is a little bit like the PPP, so you're not going to a federal institution to apply, you're applying at your local banking institution. So unlike the PPP, where you remember you could go in and type in your zip code and find lenders or that would underwrite SBA loans for PPP near you, the Fed doesn't have that because they make it so easy on you. When you go to their portal, in fact, it does not list any lenders near you like a wonderful Google map. But as we have detailed on this channel, as Mitch McConnell comes with his helicopter to interrupt me once again, the lenders who will underwrite this Mainstreet lending program are your local FDIC-insured banking institutions. These, again, are banking institutions that are FDI insured, and you'll see that when you walk into your teller and you see that little card at the desk with a bunch of breath mints from 10 years ago. So those are the people that underwrite, who write the loans, and they are the ones you go to. So unfortunately, there's actually no map, no directive, no way to actually get routed to that bank. You actually have to do the hard work to find which banks, if it's not your own personal bank, that is FDI insured, and go to them and say, I want to apply for the Mainstreet lending program. Second, there's another caveat to that, as if it sounds like Jovita's is teaching Jerome Powell how to do things the difficult way. Next, it does not appear that every single FDI-insured local banking institution is signed up for the Mainstreet lending program, despite initial indications for the Federal Reserve, as reported here on LALATE. When you go to the Mainstreet lending program, it actually says that lenders, which is not you, that's the banks. The lenders are the banks. You're the borrower. The lenders have to fill out a lender application. So who are the lenders, and who's filled out the application, and where are they, and do they offer a scarf when you sign up? It's really not particularly easy off the bat. What I am going to also do to you is I'm going to do for you, not do to you, is I'm going to drop the email address of the main contact for the Mainstreet lending program. No, it's not Jovita. I know you love emailing her. This is the representative for the Boston division of the Fed. I'm going to drop in the links, but let me also tell you to you. It's MSLP at bos.frb.org, so you know what to look for because I just said it to you. They're there to help you and answer your questions. They don't have a tier 2 for me to make a mockery video on either. So that's where you apply. So now we got the procedural part of it out. Actually, one other procedural aspect. The Mainstreet Lending Program is great in that they represent you will get funded and approved within 3 days of applying. So once you find this mystery lender, which I'm sort of embellishing for dramatic purposes, I don't think it's going to be that hard to find the lender. Once you find the lender, you will get underwritten and funded within 3 days. I mean, it's really wonderful. It's going to make Javita very jealous because there's someone else out there that's getting you money much faster than Javita Late. I won't have to make a video called Jerome Late. So that is the mechanisms of the Mainstreet Lending Program. It is part of the second stimulus package, the stimulus program, aka Phase 4, that is rolling out. Powell is really delivering it at a good time. This is great news. Let's get to the instrument itself. Let's get to the loans and terms conditions of the Mainstreet Lending Program. There is a table, and I'm going to go over the table for you. I got to tell you, that the program is called the Mainstreet Lending Program. It's also called the Mainstreet Loan Program, or the Fed Loan. As if that's not enough, there are sub-names to the Mainstreet Lending Program. There are subsections that get their own name. I'm just going to make it easy for you because they just have a lot of sub-names to these things. But currently they're using 3 more new names. Like, I didn't have enough problems with the other new names they had before. Those are New Loan Facility, Priority Loan Facility, and Expanded Loan Facility, all under the Mainstreet Lending Program. Okay, the loan terms, all 3 of them, the loan terms is 5 years. Loan term is 5 years. All 3 of them, the principal payments is the same. Principal is deferred for 2 years. Years 3 and 5, it's 15%, 15%, and 70% across the 3 loan programs. So you don't have to repay principal in the first 2 years. That's great. In years 3 to 5, the first one, it's 15%, the second one is 15%, and the third one is 70%. If you don't know, the third one is the big lending instrument. It's not going to be for viewers of this channel. That third one is from municipalities, states, which I've been talking about in the second stimulus check and stimulus package update. It's a great thing. It's a good thing because it's keeping cities and states out of possible default. That's for those that need, 80, 100, $200 million of loan for, municipalities. That's not going to be you. You're going to be the first one, the new loan facility, So your principal is deferred for the first 2 years, and then it's a 15% repayment years 3 to 5. All right, interest payments. This is not principal payments, but interest payments. Deferred for 1 year, just like Javita, just like SBA's EIDL loan. No interest payments for the first year. Interest rate. Okay, this is different than Javita's EIDL. It's not 3.75 like Javita's is. This one is adjustable rate of LIBOR, 1 or 3 months plus 300 basis points. If you don't know what LIBOR is and you don't know what 300 basis points is, it's one of those things you really need to get up to speed on. You can Google it, but it explains the interest rate. Remember, in the case of the Mainstreet Lending Program or EIDL, these are lending institutions that are trying to make money on you. So, when you're in the loan business, they're trying to make money on the loan. So don't think it's a nice handout, because it's absolutely not. They're trying to make money on the interest rates. So it's at market, generally, these interest rates. But hey, if the market improves, they're doing well on the loan. So understand that. I've always said that the 3.75 from the interest rate from the EIDL is sort of at market, but you can do better. So don't assume that this is an absolute, cakewalk. All right, here's the loan size, the most important thing. I love the bombshell for the 9-minute mark. It's like it's already teed up. Okay, so for the new loan facility, the first one, the loan size is $250,000 to $35 million, and I know you need $35 million. The priority loan, facility, also $250,000 to $50 million. And finally, the expanded loan facility, which is not you, is $10 million to $300 million. So this is what LALATE has been detailing over the last few weeks on this channel. We detailed that the Mainstreet lending program was revised. It was revised down to allow more of you to get interested in applying by lowering the minimum loan amount. So the minimum loan amount is $250,000. It's great news. It's good news. Remember with a loan that if you don't need all that money, that's still fine. You keep the money in the bank. You are paying interest on it. Interest on a $250,000 loan is not a burger and a side of fries. It's a couple pennies. But it's $250,000. So it's great news. They want you to have this money. So $250,000 can do a lot of great things for you and your business. Maximum combined debt to adjusted 2019 EBIT is 4 times for new loan facility, priority loan facility 6 times, and 6 times for expanded loan facility. Lender participation rate 5%. Fed participation rate 95%. So that means that the Fed is is not really underwriting it to the penny. They're underwriting it 95%, and they're having the lender, the bank that you're going to, underwrite it for 5%. So that bank has a 5% interest in the loan. Prepayment allowed, yes, without penalty, which is just incredible. This is great news. So I don't think I had heard this until right now. This is the first time we have seen this, that there is no early repayment penalty on the Mainstreet lending program. None. So if you qualify, you can get $250,000. You have no interest for the first year. You have no principal for the first 2 years. And guess what? After 2 years, if you don't need it, hand it back. Isn't that wonderful? It's like a $250,000 pillow sitting to protect you in case this pandemic and this American economy gets very, very bad very quickly. You have it there, and you can hand it back. I know some of you are going to ask me, and I really don't know the answer, so I'm going to preempt it right now. If you repay the loan in the first 2 years, yes, there's no penalty, but do you have to pay interest and principal? If you pay in the first 2 years? It doesn't appear yet, because they say there's no interest and principal due in the first 2 years. Well, how about if you hand it back in the first 2 years? Really great question. That will be in the loans and terms and conditions. Business size, you all qualify. It's 15,000 employees or less, and 2019 revenues of $5 billion or less. So hopefully none of the viewers of this channel have made more than $5 billion last year. If you have made more than $5 million last year, please please hit that donate button below. The love is very much appreciated if you made more than $5 billion last year. Fees or origination and transaction of fees may apply. There's always fees. So there you go, the Mainstreet lending program. I'm going to certainly drop the names as well, so you get used to these terms and you hear them. So if you hear them, you're like, what is that? That is the Mainstreet lending program. There is the MSL, God, I can't even say it right, MSNLF and MSPLF and the MSELF. So the MSELF, the MSN News Network LF, the MSPLF, they're not doing the NONLF, and they're not doing the NOELF. My goodness. I mean, it's just a hot mess of names. But the Mainstreet Lending Loan Facility, MSNLF, Mainstreet New Loan Facility is probably the one you want. So I'm going to repeat that again. Think about the news channel, MSNLF. Pretty easy. Mainstreet New Loan Facility, MSNLF. That's probably the one that you are going to qualify for. This is a lot of exciting news. I know you're going to have comments about it. I know you're going to have questions as more. If you start applying for the Mainstreet Lending Program, which I hope you do, drop in the comments below how it goes. I want to know, hope to welcome you to this new community as this channel expands into new lending facility. Instruments are launched like this one. We've been detailing this for a long time. It's very exciting. As always, stay with LA for more.